I'm often stuck in my sympathetic state and I can be very defensive. How can I begin to get unstuck? I'll answer this in two ways. The more mindful you can be, the better. And so that means actually feeling, and I'm not just talking to Irene here, I'm talking to everybody, just in general. The more mindful you can be of your polyvagal state, the better. And that might be difficult at first. So it might mean it might be mean feeling the feelings, the emotions. I mean, I differentiate between somatic sensations and emotions. So emotions would be like sadness and anger, anxiety, that kind of stuff, like feelings or emotions. Things that you feel, but also emote, things that you show. So it might be helpful to actually feel those emotions. That can be helpful if you can tolerate it. And if you can mindfully actually feel it and stay in your body, stay in the present moment, then that can help to reduce the intensity of those emotions. But really, it's those emotions are being driven by a polyvagal state. So if you're in a sympathetic flight fight state, you may feel that as anxiety or anger or overwhelm, something like that. Like your motor's turned on, your heart beats up, you're ready to run away or fight, right? So that's the emotion of it, but the polyvagal state is probably sympathetic flight fight. And in that polyvagal state are somatic experiences. So there are things happening within you that can be mindfully attuned to. So there might be like tension in your muscles, or a higher heart rate, or shallower breathing, more shallow breathing. It might be heat, or different temperature changes. It might be different like ways that you feel texture wise. Like if you can notice where your whatever emotion it is, let's say it's anger, if you can notice where your anger is in your body, like maybe it's in the chest, or maybe it's in your bicep, or in your hands, or in your back, or whatever it is, if you can notice where the anger resides and is really kind of, you feel it, then when you listen to how the emotion feels like in your hands, maybe it feels like tense or like you want to squeeze. So there might be it might feel hot, it might feel grainy. I'm just like kind of putting words out there and making stuff up, but there might be a color or a texture. There might be things that describe what you're feeling. There are these somatic experiences, these feelings on a somatic body level that you can attune to. So if you can do that and be okay with it, like stay in your body, stay in the present moment, if you can feel these things on that level, it can soften the intensity of it, but it really helps to start to discharge some of that stuck energy, especially if you can feel safety at the same time, or intermittent, like back and forth, like it's called pendulation. So if you could feel that intense stuck energy, no matter where it resides in you, but also feel your capacity to feel safe and go back and forth between those. So feeling safe and feeling comfort or relaxation or peace, if you can identify where that lives in your body, or like a memory of it, and then let yourself feel it on a larger whole person level. If you can do that and then tap into the stuck defensive energy and mindfully feel that as well, and then come back, what you'll notice is that the body will eventually begin this process of naturally pendulating back and forth. But you can also direct that yourself and consciously do that, where you feel safe and then tap into some stuck energy, and then feel safe and then tap into stuck energy as well. So how do you get unstuck? Actually feel it is one way to do that. The other way is to continually build your capacity to feel safe and to build up those ventral vagal safety pathways. And as you do that, the intensity of the stuck energy doesn't get resolved exactly through that, but it diminishes it. You'll notice it soften, and you'll be spending more time in your safety state. So the amount of time in a defensive state is decreased. The intensity of the defensive state is decreased. I would say, though, as you do that, it is still important to eventually feel the defensive energy and allow it to discharge in whatever way that it needs to.